Drogba indirdi ceza alan Snyder. Snyder gol! Allah'ım gol!
Muslera! Fernando Muslera! Golün adı Muslera!
Sarıyoglu, Drogba! This is incredible!
Hello. Welcome to episode 80 of The Lion's Den, a Galatasaray podcast done by the community for the community. Today, I am your host, Emre, and I got with me the one and only, catch 'em all, Pokemon Master, John from Canada. How are you doing, brother?
Yo, doing excellent, brother. Excellent. Episode 80 of The Lion's Den, kicking us off with a banger, a thriller in the Europa League today. I'm feeling great, man.
Man, we're getting there. 3/4 of the way to 100.
Yes, sir.
Wow. What a number. So, John, episode 80 today. Another win for Galatasaray at home in Europe against Sparta Prague. You know, I was one of the people that were saying this is going to be a hard game. And it was a hard game, but you were right when you said this team is not good. They aren't good.
True.
So, what do you want to say right now to everybody? Take your stand.
Well,
you were right.
You know, I think this is a valuable lesson. I'll say that everyone can take in. You know, we gotta just take a breather sometimes when people say we're playing a Czech team that hasn't lost in 46,000 games, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, at the end of the day, they're only Sparta Prague. All right? We can do this. We had some complications, I guess you can say, in this match, but we did get the job done. Now, do you have any news for us, Emre, before we start diving in, or should I just go pedal to the metal?
There's probably one thing we could say now after the result of this game. We won 3-2. For those who don't know, we are 9th place in the UEFA rankings now. So we're getting ever close to that 8th spot. And I think the 8th spot lets you send 2 Champions League teams, the champion and the runner-up. I could be wrong.
Wait, like directly? Directly, like you don't have to qualify? You just get placed?
Either it's 7 or 8. I think it's 7, actually, now that I think of it. You send 2 teams. Or, I know for a fact you have to start 1 round later. So 9th place, I think we start from the there's 3 rounds that we played?
Yeah.
So we start at the 2nd round now. So, whatever the case may be, we are steadily climbing those rankings, and pretty much soon we're going to be sending 2 teams to the Champions League.
Yeah,
we'll
see, man. We'll see.
It's very important for the country, you know, because think about it like this. What do you get when you become a champion in Turkey? You get nothing. The lira is so worthless right now that a win or a couple of wins in the Europa, I'm not even talking Champions League, in the Europa League, and you're getting as much money as you would get being champions of Turkey.
Yeah, I guess we're not playing for prize money in the league.
No, we're literally playing just so we could play where the money is being made. That's where we're playing.
Yeah.
So, how do we even make the money anymore? Look at our wage bill. Like, where are we getting this money? We have to be raking in sponsors out. Like, it doesn't make sense. And the team should see this and realize that, look, instead of fighting and bickering, we need to think about the future because it's not sustainable. It really isn't. But we want to be a top, 6 league, I assume? I don't ever see us being top 4. Just saying. But if we want to get into the top 6, it's going to take time and persistence and collaboration. Where do we come from? We came from 13th?
Yeah, something horrendous.
Yeah, we
man.
were low as hell, and look where we are now. You know, it's not just our effort. I have to give other teams credit as well from the league. But we need to do this. We need to be better. So we can all play in the Champions League and all increase our league standards. But, you know, that's hard. The mentality in this league is that not that great. But yeah, so we're ninth place, and now we're gonna go play away at Sparta Prague. But before we even think about that, John, if you have nothing else to add to what I'm saying, I don't think there's any other news that is worthy taking.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So yeah, take us in, brother.
All right. Well, this was actually what they're calling the round of 32 in the Europa League, a sort of playoff, I guess you could say. And like you mentioned, we were at home against Sparta Prague, like we previewed last episode as well. This one ended in a 3-2 victory for us. We had goals by Kerem Demirbay, Mertens, which I guess they chalked it up as an own goal. Mertens had a sort of deflected shot that went in, and Icardi in stoppage time. There were 2 red cards as well, one for Victor Nelson, and there was one for Sparta Prague as well later on in the match in the 80th minute, which kind of evened things up a bit. I'll go through our starting 11 and some stats as well. Starting 11, we had the king, Fernando Muslera, in goal, of course. The usual backline we've been seeing the last few weeks: Kaan Ayhan, Davinson Sanchez, Nelson, and Berkan. Our midfield was Kerem Demirbay, Lucas Torreira, Mertens, with Kerem, Aktürkoğlu, and Barış on the wings, and the big man Icardi up front. Icardi, by the way, had a goal and 2 assists. We'll talk about that in a bit. We'll go through some stats here. We had 54% possession with 3 goals on the score sheet and a 1.07 XG, according to FotMob. 15 total shots, 5 on target, and both FotMob and SofaScore. Actually, sorry, I'm mistaken. FotMob has our best player man of the match as Icardi at a 9.1. SofaScore has Mertens as our best player at an 8.1.
Interesting.
That is very interesting, yes. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Emre, I guess in a way, we were both right. This wasn't exactly a walk in the park, even though I think if we played our cards right, it could have been. It was not. But I think we kind of realized after this match that these guys aren't that good. Like, they're really beatable. Really, really, for us at least, they're very beatable. And, I have to admit as well, I was a little bit concerned, I guess you could say, in the first 5 minutes, not because I thought that Sparta Prague were very good, but we looked so nervous, so shaky.
We looked bad.
I think in the first 10 minutes, they probably could have been up 2-0. They had 2 really, really solid chances that, they probably could have scored, and I'm sure they're kicking themselves for it now. But when you saw that, what did you think? I'm sure you were like, "Oh yeah, here we go. It's the start of a long night for us."
It was classic Galatasaray. Always starting off a Champions League run or a Europa League run, first leg, by making such a stupid mistake in the opening minutes and just putting ourselves in such a terrible position to not be able to play our game, to give our opponent an unnecessary advantage. Like, listen, you're Kerem Demirbay. You're in the corner flag. Why are you trying to pass from the outside of your boot towards Nelson when there's 3 players surrounding you?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to do that? Just yeet the damn ball out the field or put it out to a, throw in. You do not have to make a stupid pass like that. And the guy was 1-on-1 with Muslera. 1-on-1. Muslera he should be 9.0. Just because he conceded 2 goals, that is practically not really savable, if you ask me. What? Yeah, I don't know how these points are made, bro. I don't understand how they're calculated. Like Icardi being good on FotMob, but not, on SofaScore.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
No, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, FotMob has Muslera at 6.4, so SofaScore has him at 6.9. But I mean, to the point you just made. If it wasn't for Muslera's heroics today, I'm not really sure what the result here would be. I mean, he's out here saving one-on-ones where the player was he started the one-on-one from like half field, and like he was dribbling at Muslera, and this Muslera's out here saving the ball with his face, his arm, his leg,
Yeah.
diving, jumping, by any means necessary. Like his heroics today, it has to be up there with one of the best matches he played in our shirt. And I know that the list for that is very long now, but bro, I mean, wow, he really, really kept us in it today, man.
Yeah. So another one thing I wanted to say was, while you were like mostly right, I, like you said, I had some points that I made that were right too. Our defense, I told you, like our defense is shaky. It looks decent and works well in the league because the quality in the league is not good. Like Sparta Prague would be going for top 4 in our league as well, if you ask me. They were missing their left winger who's like on a roll. If he was playing instead of I forgot his name, whoever was on the left wing at the time, he might have scored that. And we're really missing Sasha Bowie right now. Like look, Khan was good. He's okay, but we're really missing his athleticism in the back because they had plenty of times where they were running towards. That's all they did was try to throw balls in the back line.
Yep. And just the like stability of our back line when we had, Davinson Sanchez, Abdul Karim, Sasha, and like Angelino, even though he wasn't that good. The backline was like holding the test in the Champions League, man. Like that one game against Bayern, it took them 80 minutes to break through.
Yeah.
And like now, no Abdul Karim and no left back, no right back. Yeah, even though I have to say, like, there were a couple moments in the match I gave my applause to Berkan.
Yeah.
But still, like the fluidity sort of the backline is not there. There's gaps there,
Yeah, like, again, we're creating miracles, creating whatever stability we can with Badcon, bro. We're talking about Badcon, the guy who we sent to Genoa because he wasn't good.
They sent him right back.
And they sent him immediately back to us. Like, what the hell did you guys send us?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's like refunding a jacket or something, bro. They send him back immediately.
Yeah.
So, and we're making do with him, right? We're
making do, yeah.
If we had proper, fullbacks, we could have seen a different outcome defensively and maybe even going forward. Like Khan going forward wasn't great. Bad Khan was much better, but again, like not the best. Like Khan, I would have loved to see Kern in this. Derek Kern.
I know.
I don't even know how to pronounce his name. You know how to pronounce his name properly? I don't want to be one of those guys.
I think that's right. Derek Kern.
Kern.
Something like that. But it's a damn shame he can't play in these games. Because I think like his presence, I think just like you said, attacking as well would be massive for us. But if it's okay with you, there's one thing I wanted to bring up here, just kind of following the chain of events and how things played out. We had, like, it was a surprising start. We could have been down 2 or 3-0, like I said, in the first 10 minutes. And then out of nowhere, in the 19th minute, Kerem Demirbay shows up and Icardi kind of plays him the ball kind of into space and he runs onto it. And the whole run he was making with the ball, I was like, okay, he's going to cross. And then he just decides to have a bullet near post, which I think caught the keeper sort of off guard, because ask any keeper, ask anyone that's ever been in between the two posts. You're never supposed to let a goal near post like that, ever. And you can see as soon as the keeper let it in, he turned around instantly and kicked the post, probably so furious with himself. But I was like, bro, where did this come from? Like, how? What the hell?
I mean, he has a disgusting left foot. So it's not like,
which I'm realizing, yeah.
Yeah, his left foot is insanely good. And I mean, you put yourself in his position. You have an open target in front of you, and you look to your right. You don't see anybody in the box. You barely see Kerem. Cardi is not there because he's the one that made the play happen in midfield.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
You only really have one option, and he went for it. And good for him. He put a damn bullet through there. And
yeah, I mean, you can't score. If you don't shoot, you can't score.
Exactly.
So I do very much so applaud him for that. I was just very surprised that it was him, you know.
I wish Kerem Aktürkoğlu would do the same because he actually got like 2-3 positions where he could have done the same.
Oh, bro, there was one position that was almost identical. Like, wallah, it was the same thing. Icardi gave him the same pass, and that was the position he made that same run, but he decided to pass into Mertens, and Mertens, he kind of, one time made the shot and it went wide. Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, as soon as that happened, I was like, oh my God, bro, I wish the other Kerem had a chance there, right?
Right, but he's not left-footed. That's the thing. He would have to like turn it to his right, and then shoot. But I don't know, maybe take a chance. This is what I mean. Like when you're running with the ball, like if you can't use both your feet to at least just take a really hard shot at the keeper,
of course,
that's insane to me, man.
Of course, man. I think even this season, I swear, Khan scored like that, didn't he?
Yes, I remember. Yes, he scored.
Yeah. Bro, you can't score if you're not putting the ball on target. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, this kind of leads into our second goal, which I wanted to talk about. Bro, Mertens had a shot that just deflected off the defender. And
Perfect example. Just yeet the ball towards the goal. You never know what'll happen.
Exactly. And then you have guys that like Kerem sometimes. Like, it's like he's just waiting for like the perfect thing. And it doesn't exist, bro. Like, if you're in scoring range, just try it.
It's like he's always trying to do it from like inside the boot, never like over the top of the boot. Like, just try a couple of times, shoot from like tip of your foot. Well, not tip, but top of your foot, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely, man.
Like, you never know what'll happen. Just try it. Like Barış, the way he scored. Not this game, obviously, but what was that game? He scored the last minute winner. Damn, my memories.
Yes. I can't remember the opponent now, but yeah, exactly that, bro.
So yeah, it's like do the same.
Yeah,
I think it was Gaziantep. Now that I think of it,
Gaziantep. Yeah,
right?
Yes. That's right. Yeah, I fully agree. And so, like I was mentioning, that was the second goal that we had. It was a deflection. Love to see it from Mertens. I thought he had a good game as well. I think everyone can see and agree now that he kind of has to be on the field for us at the moment, bro. Like,
you have no choice. You really don't have a choice.
Yeah, okay, maybe Okan tried saying, let's experiment with Kerem here and things like that. But I think we can all see now he has to be there, and not just because he's the only real guy that can play there. Like, just the way our team plays when he's on the pitch, and he just always puts in good performances, bro. Like, he reminds me of Torreira in a way. Like, he's never putting in like disaster class performances. He's either just like average, like he did the job, or he played a great game.
Can I say, though, in Europe, he doesn't perform as well. Well, I'll say it. Like, he performed well this game, like, well enough. But, like, he didn't perform the way he did in the league past couple of games. But it's still decent. It's better than what Kerem's been doing. And, we got to put a parentheses around Kerem. This kid really does need to... Like, I see a little bit of improvement from him. He is starting to make better passes, better shots. So, like, he had some pretty good passes this game. Like, a few, obviously, he's going to mess up and bottle a few, but way less than before. Like, the game that he had, like, the game he was playing at Başak was terrible. But this game, it wasn't that bad. But you can tell he really wants it. The guy's still creating. He's in almost every action. So, good for him. But he was probably one of the weakest players on the pitch that for today.
Yeah, and you have to feel for him. Of course, I know he's trying. And he wants it really bad. It's just not quite working out for him. But I think it was him that he played a really, really good ball to Icardi through.
He did, yeah.
Icardi was 1-on-1. He tried this little chip like he always does, and it hit the post. And maybe we can talk about that. I mean, I'm really not sure what's going on here, man. Like, He had that one chance. It should have been a goal 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10, bro. Like, there's no real excuse for that. It was a perfect ball through. You just have to finish it, right? He had the chance, a perfect ball in. I think it was from a free kick.
Yeah, from
that fell on
Mertens.
his head. Yeah, it went over the net. And the last few episodes we've been talking about, like, I'm not, I was saying, I personally, I'm not really sure what the fans want if he's not really getting chances. But today he had chances.
Yeah, 2 really good chances. Really good.
Yes. Yeah, like the header, okay, you might say that's a little difficult, but we've seen him score it, bro, many times.
Bro, that one goal, I'll never forget it, from Sasha Bowie in the Sivas game, bro.
Yeah.
He put it far post, like nowhere near the goal, and he directed it to the most, like, the most crazy angle that you would never expect someone to head it to. You can do that, but you can't, like, he's not even marked properly. He was free, completely free.
Yeah.
And he usually doesn't get that much freedom.
And that's why, he has more than enough ability to do it, but it's just not falling right now. But with that said, there were some late heroics and some drama from Icardi. And he did score our winner after assisting the other 2 goals. This was in stoppage time. And Buddish played the ball to him, I think just at the top of the box. And he received the ball. He did a little fake step, little fake shot, moved the ball forward a little bit just to create a little window of space, and shot it second post. Keeper didn't have a chance. Beautiful placement. It wasn't even that hard of a shot either. It's just beautiful timing and placement.
Yeah.
And he scored it. We had Buddish fall to the ground. You could see how much it meant to him. And beautiful goal. But you could see Icardi looked kind of serious. He looked pretty serious. No celebration, no trademark celebration, no real smile on his face that much. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I was going to say it, dude. I mentioned this last time. Like, he doesn't look happy. And there was, after the game, he didn't go out and, celebrate with the team when they were in front of the fans. People are saying that he went in, like, really early. Maybe he had to take a dump. Maybe something happened. Maybe he's upset about Wanda. Or maybe, just maybe, he's upset at himself that he's not performing up to, standards. And he really isn't performing at the Icardi that we know. The Icardi that took Turkey or Turkiye over by storm. When you had little kids in schools doing the Icardi pose and singing Aşkın Olayım, bringing this song from 2000s, whatever, mid 2010s, 2017, whatever it came out, and making it super relevant on the radio. And you don't have that same Icardi. Even though he assisted twice and scored, he could have done much more this game. He could have had a hat trick, easy.
Yeah, I think, what I think is that, I don't think there's any problem. I don't think there's anything seriously wrong. I think he's just frustrated and upset with himself that he's missing these easy chances because, let's face it, we won the match. Okay? Job done. We won the match. But now we have to go away with a 1-goal lead in what's probably going to be a much more difficult match, being away,
right,
when we could have been going there up 2 or 3 goals. And
exactly.
That largely falls on Icardi's shoulders. So, I of course, like a lot of fans, they react a bit and they're like, oh my God, like Icardi looks so mad. Like, does he not want to be here anymore? Or this and that. But I think it just comes down to him knowing he needs to do better, man. Like if we go to this away leg now and, God forbid we lose that match, Icardi's going to say, fuck, I could have put those chances away.
Right. You think he's mad at himself, or you think on top of that, he's mad at the team because the past couple of weeks, for a while now, he has gotten basically like zero service, man.
Yeah,
a lot of selfish players on our team.
Yeah, I would say frustrated with our team.
Yeah, that's a better word for it, I would say.
Frustrated, like, because it's not only on him. Like, yes, he did get chances today that he bottled, but you can't really say that for every other game that we've played in the last few weeks, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, job done. We got the win. He had a goal and 2 assists. Good on him for that. But he knows that even that is not good enough, considering, when everything's all said and done. A goal and 2 assists, I think any player would be thrilled with that. But he knows, there could have been more contributions,
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of heroics, the reason he had to be a hero, well, it's because we went a man down, like you mentioned. Nelson. What did you think of his tackle? Dude, I don't know. It looked weird.
I don't know. I'm torn on it because I think it's clear for the most part that the player, like, he looked like he was through. Like, it looked like he was going to be able to receive that ball, and he would have been in a dangerous, like a goal scoring position.
Yeah.
It really looked like that. So I guess based on that, Nelson did prevent him from, having a clear goal scoring chance. But I don't know. It was a weird position.
Would you rather be down a man and not concede a goal, or concede a goal but not be down a man? Like, at that point, you would have just been tied.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I guess I don't know. I can see it both ways. Because at the end of the day, so at that point, the score was 2-1 at that point for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it here. I think it was 2-1. Yeah, it was 2-1 for us. At that point, I don't know. You have to decide, man. Like, are you going to do whatever it takes to stop the opponent from scoring? Or are you going to risk letting them score, keeping your full strength, 11 men, and then trying to hit them back again? That's tough. But the game it doesn't allow you to think of these things. It's so fast. Things just happen, of course, But obviously he's going to miss the next match, and it seems like Abdul Kerem is ready to play. He did come in for Nelson.
He did look good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not exactly the end of the world, but like I said, things worked out. They ended up getting the red. We had some late drama, definitely a match to remember, but yeah, it was. I was kind of mad at that position when I first saw it, but I guess
I thought you were gonna tear a new one in Nelson, bro.
The thing is about it. So I mean, I don't think he should have done that. I don't think he should have brought him down that way. Like I'm mad at him for that. But the game is over now and we won. So, of course, naturally, I'm going to say it is what it is. Make no mistake about it, though. When it first happened, yeah, I was raging. You saw that in the group chat that we have. I was really, really upset. But I don't know. I don't think he should have brought him down like that. But I'm just happy it sort of worked out,
Yeah, you were about to go on a solo invasion into Denmark, bro.
Yeah, no kidding, man. And I was already at that point. I was already on edge after the goal that Preciado scored just after halftime.
Bro, what a goal, man! Honestly, I know Merton's goal was lucky, but damn, that was a good shot from him,
dude. I said when that happened, I was like, dude, this probably never happened to the guy. This is probably the first time my guy has ever scored a goal like that in his life, bro. And who does he score against? Us. Where is he? In Istanbul, bro. In our stadium, of course. I was so ticked off by that. I was like, bro, give him that again. I guarantee you he can never score that again, bro. He's going over. He's going wide. He won't connect with the ball. But damn, what a strike that was.
Yep. But it seems like he has a few goals. Not a lot. I think one goal prior to this game. Yeah. Last time he scored was December 9th.
Mm.
So, yeah, he doesn't score that often. But, damn, that sucks the way we conceded that. Again, our defense in Europe is very shaky. I don't know if people are just easily, how do I put this, exploiting the way we play. We play extremely open, like really high press, high risk, high reward. Like most people would sit back and try to hold the 2-2, whatever it may be. But even when we were down a man, we were finding chances, man. Probably as many chances as they were finding. So
yeah,
it was good to see that.
It's interesting you bring that up as well, because I was going to touch on the way that Sparta Prague play, and I thought we would have a much more difficult time in terms of just how our two styles clash a little bit. I mean, Sparta Prague, they're playing against us 5-3-2. And I thought on the opening minutes, when I kind of saw their shape and like the way that they were kind of set up, I said, damn, I think we're going to have a hard time kind of unlocking them. But then I realized that although they're playing that way, the quality isn't exactly there. Like would you say that they're definitely a lower quality than Copenhagen?
Oh, for sure. I don't even know how they beat them 2-0 in the last friendly they played.
Yeah. Like, I would say that without a shout of a doubt, bro. Like, although they do play in a way that would normally cause us some trouble, I just don't think their quality isn't exactly there to be able to, like, hurt us to that extent, you know?
Yeah.
And, of course, they just 5-3-2, they would win the ball. They would just try playing, like, long balls over us, and they were trying to do that whole thing, and sometimes that can be a headache for us as well. But again, the quality wasn't there. So, and like I was saying last episode, and maybe you'll agree now, there should be no reason that we can't get past these guys. Like, there should be no reason. It's totally doable and expected, I think, as well, right?
They're missing 4 players next game too, so I don't know what to tell anyone. Like, we're going there with a goal in hand, so yeah, it's an away game. They probably going to have a full, stadium. They're going to try their best. But again, like you said, their quality isn't near our quality. But they play pretty decent football. You got to, like, give it to them. Like, even though their quality isn't there, like, they opened this up a few times and they could have beaten us. It could have been a whole different story. We could be angry as hell right now. John can be ripping into the team and the coach.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, for a team for a Czech team, because you have to remember the teams in these countries, like, they don't exactly have the resources that I guess we have, even though we don't have that, we're not like a financial giant or anything like that. So, given what they can do, what they have, respect to them, but they just don't have anything that I can see is just like dangerous. And if they somehow eliminate us, I will be speechless, bro. Like, it will be so unacceptable in so many different ways. So, like, what will you think? What will you think of the players? What will you think of Okan? What will you everything as a package? If we can't get past these guys in the next leg, what will you think about that?
I would say that they're not taking this seriously. Either they're not taking it seriously, or we just failed. Okay, let's say you don't get past them. Does it matter that much in the end? Like, do we care that much about Europa League? Do you think the guys are more concerned about winning the league and getting into Champions League or Europa League? Like, you ask anybody, any Turkish fan, Champions League or Europa League, they're always going to say Champions League. And I'm pretty sure many of the players think like that too. Who would go for EL, for Europa League? Sparta Prague. They're the team that would want to, go as far as they can in the Europa League. But again, you are right though. With the limited amount of quality we do have, again, our defense is shaky as hell, but our attack should put the game away especially when you're up a goal. I would be very disappointed with Okan again.
Yeah. I'd be very disappointed. And that brings up something sort of that has been controversial. Actually, not only in this game, but kind of throughout the season. Something Okan has got a lot of criticism for.
His subs, isn't it?
That is the substitutions, indeed. So I'll just run through this here. Aside from bringing in Abdul Karim came in. Actually, I made a mistake. It wasn't for the red card. He came in when Khan got injured. Khan Ayhan got injured and Abdul Karim came in. So aside from that, the subs came in the 83rd minute. So we had 2 subs in the 83rd minute and 2 subs in stoppage time. So we had Zaha come in for Kerem Demirbay and Tete come in for Kerem Aktürkoğlu. And then in stoppage time, and Ndombele came in for Torreira and Vinicius came in for Mertens.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that? Was it on time, too late, too early, right? So, like, what do you think about the whole thing?
Well, here's the thing. People are always criticizing Okan. Sometimes he does make substitutions really late, but I feel like he needs some time to read the game and really assess what needs to happen. Like, were we playing terribly bad in that session? We were down a man, they were up a man. We were finding chances. Our team was still functioning. Sometimes when you do make substitutions, it can throw a team off. And that's one of the reasons why, like, Pep Guardiola almost never makes substitutions, but now he's changed his ways. But, you know, this man still won the league 3 times in a row. He's going for the 4th time. Who are we to say any different, right? Like, in this game in particular, we could have lost the game, but that could have happened later. We talk about Icardi. We didn't mention Muslera's like save. Right after he made the save, that's when Icardi scored. He saved it with his face. And that came after he made all the substitutions. So there wasn't really anything crazy that happened. Like, we didn't lose all control throughout the game. They came at us for a good session, not a whole long. Like, it was like right after the red card happened. And that's like normal. The other team is gonna gain pressure. They're gonna start thinking, "Oh, they're down a man. We gotta push for the goal." And then you're susceptible to conceding after a red card like that, right? So, what is he supposed to do in that like moment in time? Was he supposed to make changes immediately? No, you need to assess. Like the card. When did it come? The red card.
That came in the 62nd minute.
Okay, so, and their goal came at the 65th minute. Like, what are you expecting Okan to do immediately after we concede a red and then they score a goal?
So, the way that I was, like, during the match, and this was before I knew that they were going to get a red card. So, the way I was thinking was, we picked up a red card in the 62nd minute. They tied it in the 65th minute. And then they got their red card in the 80th minute. So between the 65th minute and the 80th minute, I was saying that we might get some players that are slowing down. They're going to get tired.
Right.
And from the 65th minute onwards, they have all that time to get the 3rd goal on us. And I was hoping for earlier subs like Kerem Aktürkoğlu. There was no point to have him on the pitch anymore. Like, he wasn't having a good game. You may as well put on fresh legs, either Zaha, Tete, you know, and they can put in 30 minutes of really hard running, really hard work, right? Maybe same with Buddish, things like that. So obviously things changed a bit when they got their red card, even though there was only 10 minutes left in the game, and then Okan made subs after that. But I just felt that in that window from 65 to 80, there could have been a couple subs to try to keep our tempo up and try to keep our energy up. And I'm not sure what it is. I mean, like, we've seen it many times this season where the subs don't come until 75 onwards. And I find that interesting that Okan does that.
I mean, he's made subs at halftime before if the player's really bad.
Yes.
Like, if it's glaringly bad. But yeah, you're right. Like, generally, he kind of refrains from making substitutions. I feel like he does more in the game, like trying to make subtle changes in the game with the players more than just making straight player changes to change the game. Like a lot of people were saying, like in the Başakşehir game, he exploited Çağdaş Atan's like his play to have the wingbacks, the fullbacks play opposite, and then he switched Kerem and Barış, and then that's how the goals came, right? So that's the type of moves he likes to make more often than subs. And that's why I feel like he waits. He's like, okay, I tried this A, B, and C. It didn't work. Now I'm going to make subs and see if my second plan or what have you will work with these players. But who are you going to put in? Zaha? Okay, I feel like Zaha's more of a player you play against teams that sit back. That are supposed to open, because he's not technically fast. Like if Kerem was on the bench and it was Zaha that was playing and like it was like the 65th, 70th minute, then I'd be like, yo, you have Kerem who can, he's pretty fast. He's not the fastest, but you throw balls behind the line, they need a goal. They got to press us. He can open up the game. Then you have Tete. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Tete, man. And then the midfield, who are you going to put? And Ndombele?
Yeah, like that's why I was saying, I wanted players to come in just for the sake of having fresh legs and players that are going to be able to keep up with what I thought was going to be some pressure from Sparta Prague since we were down a man. I thought that they were going to do a better job holding the ball and searching for that third goal, which they didn't do. But I guess where it becomes difficult is, and where he gets burned, is if it doesn't work. Like I think it was the Bayern game, where everyone was saying, "Where's the subs? Where are the subs?" He said he had the subs at the touchline waiting, and Bayern ended up going up 1-0, right? And in scenarios like that, it looks real bad. Today, it worked out because they got a red card in the match. And by the way, we held out before they got the red card from 65 to 80th minute. We held out. We still
pretty well
created chances for ourselves in that window, even despite being down a man as well. I think that's another way that shows our quality advantage over them.
Yeah, our resilience.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I mean, that's something that's been criticized quite a bit this season. And I think when it works, it's kind of swept under the rug. But when it goes wrong, of course, everyone wants to highlight it, bold it, underline it, right?
Yeah, again, criticize. Like that's part of Galatasaray genes, right? That's in our history to criticize.
Yeah.
But like, give credit when it's due, man. Jesus. Like I see more criticism for Okan than I see any like admiration or respect. Not saying you. I'm saying in general, like in general, I see that a lot.
Yeah, I do see that a lot. And I always say, like, even when it comes to Kerem, which I really don't like that much, but praise is when it's due, you give it. And if you don't like him, you don't like him. But you got to like the results at least. He wins games, man. Okan Buruk, he wins games.
At the end of the day, isn't that the most important part of this, right?
Yes. I mean, you can't take that away from him. Because it's impossible to take results away from someone. You can say whatever you want. He had bad substitutions. He had a bad first 11. He had bad tactics. He didn't prepare the team properly, but we won 3-2. And you can't take that away from him.
Exactly.
How are you going to take a result away from him? So I think when the credit is due, you give it. And I give it to Okan for that. He's a winner. He wins games,
And let's say he made substitutions and he took out Barış. You don't have the assist. You don't have him bringing the ball all the way up the field and feeding it to Icardi.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, not making the sub might work out in your favor because you never know who's going to make that assist.
And, bro, that right there, that concept, that's football, bro. Right there. That's football. Because guess what? When we needed a goal against Bayern Munich, what happened? Bakambu came in and got the goal. Like, bro, you never know. You take off one player, maybe, that was the player that was going to do it for you. That was the player that was going to get the goal. That was the player that was going to get the assist, So he got it right this time. We won the game at the end of the day. So, you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think we did pretty well. Well, it wasn't our best European game, that's for sure. Like, we did much better against Bayern, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping we would take control a bit more. And I kind of see, this is where you have to think as well. Like, so much of the game when Sparta Prague had the ball, they were looking to play these long passes. And you have to think, like, in the second leg, if they're gonna come out and do that, if they're gonna come out and do that, and we've shown our ability to be able to press teams so fast and make them turn the ball over, I would have to say that we would consider that and force them even more to rush and give away the ball and play these long passes,
Yeah.
But I don't know what the second leg looks like, because they might make changes. They might look at us and see holes, and they're going to make changes, which could affect the game, But would you say, like, is it fair to say we're in for a tougher time away or easier time?
Of course. Tougher, man. First of all, you're playing away. You don't have that home advantage with the fans.
Mhm.
Again, going back to the fans, guys, those of you that going to the games, tell those around you, you guys, as soon as we concede a goal, we were 2-2. We weren't losing. Why is the stands going as if they're in a library, man?
Yeah, that drives me so crazy, man.
Like, you could hear a pin drop. That's how quiet it got. Don't lose hope. Then the team loses hope. Then they feel like, oh, we're going to bottle it. You see Fenerbahce's fans, as soon as they start losing or they're tied, they're cursing. They're driving player morale down. That's not what we should be doing. We want to call ourselves the best. We have the best fans. Well, we got to show it.
And it's only 2-2. It's a tie game.
Exactly.
Everything to play for.
Exactly. So they're gonna have the away the home advantage now. They're gonna play all out. I don't know if their league is done or whatnot. But they're gonna have the full advantage now. And they have nothing to lose. They're gonna go all out. And you might say, look, their quality isn't there. But this is football. You never know what could happen. One lucky goal, one deflection, the game is tied. Now what? So hopefully we do what you said, take control of the game, because I don't know if a high pressing strategy is going to work well. It could work well. Maybe we'll get an early goal. And if we get an early goal, I think then it'll be GG. Like, it'll be wrap.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that for them.
Like, when I was coaching, and whenever we would come up against a team where they're clearly a step below us in terms of quality and ability, we would find so many ways to force them to make mistakes. And that's what it comes down to. You force them to make mistakes. You force them to give you the ball. They start getting frustrated, and then they give you the ball even more. So it's going to be very interesting, I think. And I think we're in for a tougher time. What I'm hoping, though, is that we don't turn up and, with the same vibe and attitude we had when we went away to Copenhagen, because that was pathetic. We were not playing, bro. We were playing no football. It was so dead. So dead. No energy, no ambition from us, nothing. And we got sent home. I was so pissed off.
Yeah. Again, that's the disadvantage of going away while you need a win. We don't need a win. So we could even tie that game and still have a chance going to penalties when you have a keeper. Like, I guess maybe not, because Muslera doesn't have the best track record when it comes to penalties, but it's a shot,
Well, if we tie, we're through, right?
No, I don't know. I don't think we are. Does it count goal advantage?
No. But what I'm saying is, because we're ahead of one goal, right? Let's say we tie 1-1, we'll be 4-3 on aggregate, right?
I don't know. Didn't they get rid of the aggregate system, or does it not matter? See, I need to catch up on the rules.
I think
But
they
I
still.
think
I think they still have it. Do they not? That
I
has
don't
to be
think
how it
so.
works.
I don't think it's like that.
So how do you go through then?
You just have to have more goals in the game. I guess maybe it does work like that. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if we tie 2-2, it's gonna be 5-4 on aggregate. Like
Okay,
if we tie, we have more goals than them.
Okay,
you know?
so what I'm probably thinking of is like what I'm thinking of is like you know how when you score away, it counts as more. Okay.
That's gone.
That's gone. Okay.
Yeah. That's gone.
So I guess a tie would work to our benefit too, I guess.
A tie's good. A tie's good. But we can't lose. If we lose 1-0, for example, then we're tied 3-3 on aggregate. And then like you said, things get a little messy, you know? Did you want to preview our next game then? This Sunday, I think. I don't know if you have anything else to add about this game.
This next game, I'm still concerned because we're gonna have to play Can potentially again, or if he's injured, butt a shot pad because Serge Aurier, lads, shocker, surprise, surprise, is injured. So we don't know how long he's gonna be out. But it just, man went all out on the AFCON and now he comes back injured. Great. This is great.
Yeah, and then he says, "Oh, I was playing injured in the final. I played what did he say? 30 minutes injured or something?"
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. That's anyway, I guess we could be missing a right back for quite some time. I think Okan said he had a 2nd-degree strain or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So we'll see you in a couple months, I guess, Serge.
Man came to just chill and relax.
On a 6-month contract, too, imagine the state of that, bro, and you take like 1 or 2 months healing, which I won't be surprised if that's the case.
The league is over in 2-3 months. What is left?
Yeah, I know.
Like, maybe this upcoming national break is going to be good for everyone that's injured. It's going to be soon. I don't know when exactly. Sometime in March or early April. But yeah, I think hopefully we'll have a plan. Okan did come out and say, listen, we didn't play our best game. We're losing concentration. We need to be better. So at least our coach is acknowledging our negative aspects of the team and where we need to improve. So that's good. So it gives me some hope. Hopefully we can figure out what's wrong with Icardi because we need him to be happy. We can't have this negative energy in the team. Can't have it.
Yeah, well, we play Ankaragücü on Sunday. There's been some controversy surrounding that and their field conditions. And I think we asked, or we were trying to find a situation or scenario where we don't have to go there and play on their potato field.
I think they overruled our petition. We still have to go play there.
Yes, that's true. So let's hope we get out of there with a win and no injuries. And before the second leg for the Sparta Prague match. You will not give your prediction, but I am gonna say 1-0.
Oh, it's going to be one of those games?
Oh, I think... Did we give our Ankaragücü predictions last time?
I think you did, didn't you?
I'm getting deja vu right now. Yes, I think we did. And I said 1-0. And my reasoning for that is because I said it's probably just going to be a total shit show. And with the pitch and everything. And we're going to score 1 goal in like the 85th minute and call it a day. Right?
Yeah. So they better hope none of our players get injured because apparently someone did get injured and is out for like half a year now because of that field. And I swear to everything I love, if they didn't change the field for us, but they karma is a bitch. Now Fenerbahce has to go there and play at their field. So and if they change the field for them, our unit, I swear to everything else, if they don't go and sign every petition, go to the president, do whatever Fenerbahce does, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose respect for the unit team because that's not fair. That is not fair. Do we ever have a point where we wanted to play on a different field because the team that we were visiting, their field was trash, and it got changed to? I don't recall. Do you recall?
I don't know. I don't recall. It's possible, but off the top of my head, I can't remember.
And like
this is crazy. Though,
Ankara is going in and posting pictures of their field. I swear, we should wear all white again. If the same thing happens that happened in the Istanbul game, if I recall, where Torreira came out looking like a mini Hulk. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh
I'm gonna
my
lose
God,
it,
bro. With I don't even know the paint, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, the paint, bro. It was all over him, man.
Yeah. That's Turkey, man. Allah bizi korusun. That's all I have to say about that, bro. Please let us get out of there with no injuries, man. But yeah, that's about it from me. Did you want to wrap us up or anything else to talk about?
I think that's about it. I think we covered everything, no?
I think so. Until the next one, then, I guess.
Until the next one, brother. All right. Guys and gals, thank you for sticking with us. This has been episode 80 of The Lion's Den. We would like to thank you all for being with us from the beginning. We're 3/4 of the way into our 100 episodes. It's a big feat. It's a milestone. Again, can't thank you guys enough. Please share this podcast with everybody you know that would be interested. We'd love to meet new people. We love hearing from new people. Gives us a lot of motivation to keep on going. And yeah, send your messages to us at The Lions Den GS on Instagram and Twitter, or aka X. Well, until then, take care and peace out.
Peace.